You got the touch. Dun, 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 dun. You got the power. After all is said, whatever, that fell apart fast. Anyway, hello, this is Dragon Keeper 19600 with a super exciting commentary tonight. Hell, look at that. I got a review from not a review, it's the wrong word. A comment from one of the few, let me turn down the volume a little bit. One of the few people who comments on my videos that, they want to see me, do other stuff, maybe when the season's over. Well, the season hasn't quite ended yet, but I decided something else I might like to do are, actual commentaries as opposed to just reaction vids, because you're probably sick of seeing my face all the time. So, here are some cartoons, yay. And I decided the G1 episode, Dark Awakening, would be a good place to start. First of all, because it's October, it's a good, scary, Halloweenish episode. Second of all, I just now remembered that this episode existed. I was drawing something for My Little Pony, something not even related, and I was just thinking, creepy thoughts, and I'm like, oh yeah, there was that one episode where Optimus Prime became a zombie. And I want to do a commentary on that. So this is a spur of a moment. I'm gonna do this thing. I didn't really plan to do this a whole lot, though I did watch the episode once before I recorded it, so this isn't the same as a reaction. I actually do. I'm gonna commentate. So yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen this episode and who doesn't know that much about G1 Cartoon, basically this is in the super weird contested third season. The first two seasons are, I think, the most famous. Third season happened after the movie. And if you're new to this fandom, you don't know. In the movie, Optimus Prime dies. And, a lot of characters die. So the third season, had all new characters. It was, the stories were... The scale was bigger. They were in space a lot. They did, with aliens, off-world stuff. The human characters were older, and pretty much a lot of people don't like it. But, yeah, Optimus Prime died in the movie, and that was very traumatic for a lot of people. More traumatic than they thought it would be. Maybe because they were planning this episode before it came out, and they didn't realize how, children, not millions, but a lot of children would lock themselves in their rooms for days, refuse to come out, refuse to eat, because they were just so distraught over their death of Optimus Prime, because, let's face it, Optimus Prime is a hero. He's, one of the greatest heroes ever, in my book, and, it was just, so it's they have this whole thing where, let's bring him back. This whole episode is based on one promise. Let's bring Optimus back as a zombie, so you can watch him die all over again. That's great. That's terrific. Whose idea was that? Yeah, we're 80s cartoon writers, we know what we're doing, just, right, it's not scary, whatever. I feel like that's an exaggeration.
What is that thing? A tomb. We built it as a final resting place for the
So yeah, they built this tomb to remember these Autobots by. It's never been mentioned, and I think it's destroyed by the end of the episode. And they're not very eager to go in. I understand it's supposed to be some occasion, but the reaction, I hope we never see it again. I guess the Autobots aren't big in honoring their dead.
Do we have to go inside?
Nothing in there can hurt us, Daniel.
It's all dead. Shut up. Oh yeah, this thing. The Veil of Remembrance. What even is that? It looks like a curtain. They just draped a curtain from the ceiling. Looks like a bag sheet cup. No, it's the Veil of Remembrance. So these characters are Rodimus Prime, New Prime, Ultra Magnus, who was supposed to be New Prime, but turned out wasn't good enough, Cup, and then RC. RC, who is not as cool as in Prime, but that's okay. Ratchet's last words were, "Don't bury me next to Ironhide." Yeah.
Oh no!
What do you mean, oh no? You very deliberately pushed that button. Sleep well tonight, kids. Here's your hero horribly mangled. Fun, fun, fun. Oh, and that guy. We don't know who that guy is. It's Butterball! That's that other robot's name. I just decided. It's Butterball.
Optimus Prime.
Oh, I thought you meant Optimus Minor. The other Optimus.
Was him.
Something this has nothing to do with this episode, but something I realized, like a fridge brilliance moment that happened. If you remember in the Prime episode last week, what was the episode called? It was Inside Job, where Starscream says when he becomes leader, he'll be Starscream the First. And I was making fun of him like, Starscream the First, what? But then I remember that the highest rank of the Autobots is Prime. Prime is Latin for first. So, like, Optimus's name is Optimus First. Actually, Optimus means best, so it's best first. So Starscream the First would be sort of like Starscream Prime, except he probably wouldn't want to use Prime because it's a Autobot title. I just realized that, like, yesterday or the day before, and I'm like, oh, that's actually clever, sort of. For Starscream.
Let's go back.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons, going off of that, why Season 3 is so contested, I think, Transformers. Because a lot of the characters we love so much, Optimus for one, Megatron, who is Galvatron now, his personality is very different. And Starscream, Ironhide, like all those characters that we love so much aren't around because they're either dead or they've been reformatted or what. And like we have new characters who are interesting and have some fans, but they'll never be as popular as the first two seasons characters. I'm just glad they didn't kill Perceptor, because Perceptor is one of my favorites. You'll see him in a little bit. It was one of the wisest decisions Galvatron ever made, was turning into a gun with a stand. Like, maybe that wasn't really his decision, but before, someone always had to catch him. So I'm glad that... RC, there's no way you've never been shot before. Seems to be an overreaction. She did jump in front of them, though, so that was kind of heroic. Because that definitely would have killed them. It's just a flesh wound on a robot, but for humans, that definitely would have been deadly. Yep, see, it sent them flying. It didn't even hit them. It's good thing Captain land on them, wow. Why did they bring Spike and Daniel with them? They've almost been killed 3 times today. It's not even lunchtime. You were saying, bitch? Yeah, that sounds like something Optimus would say. He says as he backs up. Fighter! Bye! Yeah, there are running through the Veil of Remembrance. I guess it's not a bedsheet. It's a bunch of clouds, apparently. Do you guys really want to fight here?
Hold your fire! We've driven them off!
Nobody's shooting.
Thanks to him.
Brains. And we go to our first commercial break.
The Transformers will
Triptychon, yay.
messages.
And we're back with the Sharkticon.
We now return.
You ever find yourself just naming names just to see if you can remember them all? There's like this game on like Sporkle.com, like name all the G1 Autobots, and it's like challenge accepted. I still have a hard time getting like this season, like the Japanese ones, the headmasters. I don't know the headmasters or the breast masters. And yes, the breast masters are a thing. Oh, that's a little creepy. Sorry, sneezy.
That's the point, Sonny. What happened, Optimus?
Darkness, cold, then light.
Then a strange flavor of coconuts.
Coma.
Possible.
Kid, you were there! You saw him flatline! Yeah, I don't know who robots flatline, but we saw it.
Yeah, what's the plan?
Yeah, they're not suspicious at all. Well, okay, Rodimus isn't suspicious at all, but to be fair, for those of you who don't know, Rodimus is a new Prime to replace Optimus, and he sort of hates it. Like, the Matrix chose him, but he's not very eager about it. Because let's face it, following Optimus Prime, those are some big-ass shoes to fill. So he's pretty eager to give this job away. It's like, here, you take the Matrix, you be leader. Yeah, it's a weird shadow there. So one guy who I kind of took the inspiration to my videos from, Kal-El Prime, maybe you've seen some of his stuff. He does like reviews for episodes, or at least he used to when Animated was around. I don't know if he still does. But he pointed out that like, in this episode, and he reverts back to Hot Rod. Doesn't sound like Judd Nelson anymore though.
Huh? For what?
I must kill you because God told me to. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Kal-El Prime. He was saying this episode, the animation, like, Season 3 episodes were animated by ACOM. And if you notice, if you look, there's animation errors all over the damn place. Like, in the shot right before this, Optimus's head was colored wrong, and, like, everyone's, like, off-model, and it's just really shitty. There was one episode in this season that was, like, gorgeous. I don't remember which one that was. Call of the Primitives, maybe? But, like, this one is really shitty, but Kal-El Prime says that actually helps with the mood, because it's the same reason Super Philly Adventure is so scary. The horrible animation actually makes it creepier. At some points. Like, bad animation is less comforting, I think. Like, your brain doesn't like it, I think. Or...
He didn't kill us. We must have some plan.
what kind of plan involves shooting you and abandoning you? I mean, the kids watching this who are being more and more traumatized by the second, by the way, back in 86 or 87, whenever this came out, would probably be like, they know something's not right. Optimus wouldn't act this way. I love Perceptor. Perceptor's one of those, like, ensemble dark horses that isn't popular with everyone, but the people who do like him really like him, and most of them are girls. It's the accent. This scene is a bit too long. You can stop now. Stop.
Mobilize all our forces and move against the Quintessons. Those five-faced tentacle slime are gonna pay for this, but good. I mean it.
But good? Oh yeah. Before I saw this again, I sort of forgot that Springer and RC were a thing in Season 3. Dating robots! They never show explicitly dating, but they are pretty obviously together. Do they even kiss at any point? I don't think they do. Not even when they were humans did they kiss. I haven't seen that episode, but I don't think they kiss. I mean, Rodimus got fucked in that episode, literally. And they didn't kiss. What the hell? We didn't see it, Rodimus, getting some, but it was pretty obvious that he did. Yeah, great. This big memorial you built for your fallen friends, and it's gonna burn. That's tremendous. Well, I guess they've been cremated now. But
The retro thrusters aren't breaking fast enough.
the what? What or what now?
Race for crash landing.
I love this. Snarl comes over. What's that coming towards us? Move, idiot!
Sludge! Snarl! Are we glad to see you? Me, Sludge, not glad to see you.
You still owe me, Sludge, $5!
Maybe we did.
What are you yammering about?
Never mind that. Where is everybody? All go.
Where is everybody? I don't remember who voiced Cup in the movie. Knowing the movie was probably some big actor. But I don't know who's voicing him here either, but he's not as good. Like, he's trying too hard to sound crushy, and it's obvious he's not really that old. Or at least doesn't sound that old.
Central planet is the Quintessons.
I think I could do a more convincing old man voice.
Send out patrols. And lose the element of surprise? I am in command here, Perceptor.
Of course, Prime. But
Excuse me, pardon me, one sign coming through for gangway.
There's Blur.
Message received from Cybertron.
This is the Micro Machines guy, by the way, who anybody else watches Nostalgia Critic stuff. Like, I always heard he did those commercials, but when I saw it on Nostalgia Critic video, I'm like, that's Blur! He sounds just like him. Because, like, not many people can talk that way. I like to hear Blur do a rendition of The Disappearance of Hatsune Miku. Vocaloid.
How could he? Even to himself, he seems alive.
Is this where we find out what happened? That something wrong is going on? Let me scroll back up. I think. Yeah, this is the first time where we find out the Renaissance had something to do with it. Maybe I haven't been paying attention to the episode. Oh yeah, some people say that Skyfire, a Season 1 character, dies in this scene because that looked like that was him there flying with those other guys, and we don't see him. We haven't seen him at all in this season, and we don't see him after this. So some people's like, "Oh, he died right there." It's like, okay, they could have just been reusing models, but whatever.
Return to the Transformers.
Oh, Skyfire. There's a tragic character. Yeah, right there, they're saying. Right there, he dies. Because that jet really looked like him. Skyfire isn't a character that they used a whole lot because there was some sort of legal dispute. I don't really understand the details, but apparently they made a toy called Jetfire and they didn't have the trademark to it, so they had to make this other character Skyfire, but because of the trademark, they couldn't use him that often. Whatever. Skyfire is like the Transformers version of Derpy Hooves. He's not really supposed to be there, and everybody loves him, but he's not in the show that much, and nothing goes right for him in or out of the show. Except when Skyfire isn't there, it doesn't piss me the fuck off!
Increase magnification.
I don't think looking a microscope through a telescope or a crosshair would help you see it better. I can't back that up with anything, but I don't think that would help.
Will still force them towards the detonator. And once they are in range, there can be no...
The one thing I always complain about Energon because it's horrible, but one thing I sort of do like better about Energon is that the Quintesson... Willy. That voice. Anyway, Quintesson. One thing I like about Energon is that the Quintesson faces don't move. Like, I think that's creepier, and it emphasizes that they're just mass, and it makes them more mysterious. The Quintessons in G1, their faces actually have movement. And that's they're still pretty creepy and pretty weird, but like they're less creepy than I think if the faces were perfectly still. But that's not how the 80s fly. I think this is a pretty powerful scene where Optimus... I mean, by the standards of the cartoon. It's pretty good acting, Peter Cullen here.
What did they do to me? And some lingering remnants of his
They did horrible things.
personality.
But without our circuit implants, he would be utterly
You had the truth from... It was a lie you made for yourself because the truth was too terrible.
You're very sick. Let me help.
I ain't sick, Junior, I'm dead! And I would still like your brains. But yeah, with like Optimus, I think this is a pretty strong scene where like Optimus is fighting him. Because like a lot of cartoons have a scene is probably its own trope. Or like someone's like attacking and killing a bunch of people and they're begging someone else, please stop me. Because they can't stop themselves. And especially because he's like fighting against this mind control. Way to waste the element of surprise, Rodimus. You could have attacked him, but you're just standing there with your mouth open.
Now there's a unique complaint.
Hot Rod, you're kind of an asshole. Sometimes. I just remembered it's your fault that I died!
Autobots all destroyed.
Ow, yeah, that looks painful. I always wonder how they get the sound effects for the robots fighting. It sounds like they're just like throwing blocks against each other or something. And his arm flies off. Yeah, that's great. Let's watch your hero get horribly mangled and slowly deteriorate. That's so beautiful.
Have finished me.
You suck at everything! Oh wait, love this scene. The Matrix.
Until all are one.
Arc words. Still not entirely sure what that means.
Monsters. They made me a weapon to destroy the very ones I loved in life. But you will save them.
That's a great line.
Rodimus Prime.
Farewell. Hey, we heard you yelling. Did you stub your toe or something? Seriously, why didn't you guys help?
Optimus,
The ship's being blown to pieces. We're evacuating.
And I ain't Optimus!
Optimus Prime to Autobot fleet.
Stardate.
Return to
Kif.
That is my final command.
Sorry for being a dick and being a zombie.
Escaping. And their flagship is on a collision trajectory with the detonator.
Direct all firepower on the flagship. Obliterate it.
It's already going toward the detonator, so that seems kind of redundant, but whatever. Let's shoot the crap out of it. That's what we do. Okay, now, the biggest plot hole with this episode is one that won't come to pass for a while. And it's that Optimus does come back fully after this and stays alive. At least until Headmasters. Fucking Headmasters. Anyway. But I don't consider that canon. Anyway. Look at how damaged he is. And like he flies in this detonator and his ship gets totally obliterated. He's obviously in a horrible condition. Later these humans find him. They bring him back to life. And not only is the ship not totally blown to smithereens like it was very clearly right here. The ship's totally intact. But Optimus himself is totally undamaged. What the hell? How do we even know that was the same ship and the same Optimus? It could be a decoy. It could be a replica someone sent out there. Maybe that's not Optimus at all. Maybe it's a clone or a model or maybe a protoform. Maybe it wasn't even alive until Skyleaks brought it to. Now I'm just fan waking now, but like, we have no idea. I mean, there's no way.
Prime.
Sleep well tonight, kids. Oh, what are you crying about? Why are you crying? Yeah, this is a really cruel episode. Like, I saw an interview a while ago about one of the writers for the show who's like, where they're talking about killing Optimus Prime. They had no idea. It's like they kept getting all these letters from very distraught boys. And I'm thinking maybe a few girls, but mostly boys. Like, how could you do it? How could you kill Optimus? Why would you do this? Why would you do it? And like, and he's like, man, I feel so bad because we have this episode coming up where we have to bring him back as a zombie and kill him again. It's like, that's just sadistic at this point. Like, there wasn't a toy they were trying to sell here. This is an episode that exists for the sake of the story, unless they did release a zombie Optimus toy that I didn't know about, which is horrifying. But yeah. Animation's terrible even in the closing credits. Okay, this is Dragon Keeper 19600. I hope you enjoyed this commentary, and there will be more coming in soon.